Okay, so I gave in and I got the Boox Palma. I currently have a Kindle Scribe and I think it's is it an sixth generation Kindle? I don't know, whatever it is. But it's like one of the smaller, older ones where the bezels aren't like flat, but it kind of dips in a bit. But yeah, I went ahead and got this because sometimes I want to read some Libby books, but not all of them send over to your Kindle. Some of them you have to read on the Libby app, and I don't like reading the Libby app on my phone. So I got this since you can download Libby and Webtoon. Like, I haven't read Webtoons in a while, but I have started picking them up again now that I have this. I wanted to see what the battery life would be like. When I got it right out of the box, it was about 97% charged. Once I finished installing everything, it was like down to 89%. And then I read on a Webtoon for about, I would say, probably about 12 hours. And like leaving it on sometimes in between that while I'm not reading. But it was using the Wi-Fi the entire time, and it got down to about 38%, I would say, within a 24-hour period. But it would probably, the battery would probably drain a lot slower than that if you were just using the Kindle app or something where you don't need to leave the Wi-Fi on all the time. But yeah, so far I haven't been like upset with the battery life. And then when I recharged it, it probably took about 2 or 3 hours to charge up from 30% up to, I think I let it charge to 92%. Yeah, but I decided to go with the white one because sometimes black edges are really distracting and kind of make the screen look smaller. So I wanted one with a brighter edge. So I went ahead and got the white one directly from the Boox website. And I ordered it on the weekend, and they didn't ship it out until Monday. I think they usually ship on business days. And then it took 2 days in order for it to arrive to me. I ordered it with the case. The case doesn't really fit as much as I would like it to. Like, it doesn't really curve around and hold onto the edges that well. I feel like this little thing that I'm putting in order to hold the wristlet isn't really taking up that much space, so it should fit better. But yeah, that's the case that comes with it. It's like an off-white. They do sell some cases, other cases on Amazon that kind of wrap around the whole thing, but I went ahead and got this one because it was free with it. The wallet-like case would have been $15, but then like it's free shipping if you just get the Palma, but if you add the little $15 case on it, suddenly the shipping is like $9, $10 or whatever, depending on where you live maybe. But yeah, I shipped it from the US warehouse. They also have a Hong Kong warehouse. I usually put magnets on the back of my reading devices so I can just use my little magnetic pop sockets. But I decided to just install a permanent one on this one because I know magnets don't really affect devices all the time, but I have a magnetic pop socket on the back of my Kindle Scribe, and when I write over the area that has the magnet on it, it affects how the pen writes on the device. So I didn't want to take any chances, I guess. There wasn't really much information in this little book that came with it. It just tells you what all the buttons are, but it doesn't really go into much detail. It takes about 15 seconds or so for it to boot up the first time all the way. And when you first get it, it has the brightness on. It doesn't come with the brightness turned down. And then you just pick your language options, of course. It took me longer than I would like to find my correct time zone. But yeah, I really like the size of it. The webtoons I've been reading look really good on it. And if the screen gets too, foggy looking, you just refresh it with the button on the left-hand side. And then you have to install and log into Google Play in order to get the apps that you want for reading. I wasn't sure what all these settings were, so I just kind of breezed through them, read them a little bit, see if I can figure out what's what. I might probably go through and redo those again just to, I don't know, make sure all my settings are how I like them. But yeah, I filmed this on my iPad so you can see the difference in size between my Pixel 7a and the Palma. I feel like the buttons are a little high for pressing even while you have the pop socket on to scroll up and down or page forward and back. But yeah, so far I'm really liking it, and this is how the manga scrolls on it. That's how the webtoons look, and those are the sizes.